Alright, this one's a little bit of a look ahead at this point, because right now you're still in Skullwoods, but I figure you're probably going to need this one if you go to do ice next. There's this wonderful room for the Ice Palace bomb jump. It has a lot of technical detail to it, so rather than trying to type it out, figured I'd just make you like a beginner level tutorial of this bomb jump, because I don't know of any that are beginner level out there. There's a lot of referring to specific pixels you can land on, specific lineups that happen, and I'll try and explain the best I can what all that stuff means as I go through here. Going into this room, as soon as you walk through the door, first thing you do, hold left. Now's a great time for me to explain kind of what's going on in this top right corner to you. This number up here is a timer. You don't have to worry about it too much right now. Lag counter. I think how long I spend in text. This is a segment timer that I have, but this one down here, the very last one, this is the most important for what we're about to go through. This is your X coordinate, C6C, and your Y coordinate, 831. These are the pixels that Link is standing on. If I move left and right, the X changes. If I move up and down, the Y changes. When you walk in this room, you want to hold left. That is always going to put you on the best Y coordinate. This puts you 1 pixel lower in the room than the topmost pixel. You can actually exit out of here, hit up, and you'll get to 830. This can still work, but is a worse one to do it from because there are less good lineups to do it with. So ideally, holding left out of that door will always put you on the best possible Y. If you miss it by walking down a little bit and then holding left, it'll still work. Okay? Next, coming in here, walking left, we're on the best possible Y. On this Y coordinate, there are 3 good lineups. Probably a great time to explain how I get bomb jump buffered stuff. You'll see it in my input display, but what I do for bomb jumps is I hold my sword out, I walk Link toward the pit. As soon as I'm starting to fall in the pit, I release the spin and I hold away from the pit. And what that will do is Link will release the spin as soon as he is standing on solid ground again and not above the pit. While the spin is happening, I will release my D-pad and I will be perfectly on the edge of the pit every time. Just like that. Now, on this Y coordinate, there are 3 good pixels. The first of which is directly on the edge. The way that you know that you're here is either by doing that lineup, which will always put you in the right spot, or by looking behind Link, and you'll see that there's no visible pieces of these triangles on the edge behind Link. That is how I visually confirm that I'm on this right, that I'm on the leftmost edge. This is also referred to by people as the 0 pixel, because there's 3 possible ones. They're called 0, 1, and 2 because computer programming. The next good one, I'm going to try and sort buffer to it. This is the next good one. It's C61, also known as the 1 pixel. You'll see here, behind Link, there is this tiny little light blue dot. That's how you know you're on the good pixel for that. The last one that works on here, my sort buffers are not good. Right there. This is the 2 pixel last one. You can see here, I can see a triangle behind Link. Any further to the right, you see the triangle is far too large. That's how you kind of, it looks like 2 pixels, so it's visual. This one will not work anymore. When you're on either the 0 or the 1 pixel, let me do it from a 1. Come on. Here we go. By the way, to turn around like that, I'm actually doing a dash turn, because it doesn't move Link at all when you do it. If you're on the 0 pixel or the 1 pixel, like I'll refer to them now, you place the bomb, move down, menu to hammer. Now, don't menu to hammer too early. What you want to do is get your visual first. To visually line yourself up properly, a lot of people make a mistake of trying to line up down here, but there's not enough good visualizations down here, in my opinion, to try and do it. I use Link's hat, and I'm either looking for Link's hat to be touching this black line just underneath it, like that. That's too high. That's too low. And if you miss, you'll do that. That's a 0 pixel again. Hold on, let me... There we go. The bomb's about to go off, but this works. The other visual cue that you want, the alternative visual cue that you want is Link's hat black line pixels to be on the lower half of this black bar under the door. There's actually 2 pixel width here, and Link has to be on the lower side of it. He can't be on the top. If you get these lineups facing any direction, Link will make the bomb jump just fine. Coming in, hold left out of the door. Again, this is one like the hammer jump that I menu buffer for. So here I'm too high, and I won't actually clear it. I won't bump anything. I won't clear the kit. Just to show you really quick that this one also works. We made it. That was the lower of the 2 hat lineups, just to kind of show you that it actually does work. And it also works from the 1 pixel if I can menu buffer 1 pixel down, please. Thank you. It'll work here too. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Bad advice, actually. So, I just learned that myself too. For this trick, the different X pixels actually have different lineups that work. For the best possible lineup, you hold left out of the door to get on 831, like you're seeing here. You get on the 0 pixel for the X-axis. You place your bomb, which I am now devoid of. You have 2 possible placements for Link. Either the hat is on the lower half of this black bar or just one under it. This is the most lenient lineup. You have 2 possible Y coordinates for Link, and you have as long as you're perfect on the X. If you get Link on 1 pixel to the right of that, your hat actually has to be exactly in this position. If you get the 2 pixel, so with the larger triangle and C6-2 when I was lined up there, this will actually fail, and you have to be facing to the right or to the left in order for it to work. That's very hard to do unless you dash turn, but you have to notice it. Like, you have to know that you're actually going for that. So I'll show you really quick. On this pixel here. That's what it'll look like if you get the 2 pixel and you fail with that exact same hat lineup. There's no lineup where Link faces up and down that will work on that 2 pixel. You have to be looking left and right, otherwise you'll fall to the right side of that pot and be very confused as to why you did. I lost many minutes to this in the past. If you get this one here, you actually still have to be pixel perfect. On the y-axis, with the hat on the lower side of that black bar, can't be any lower, and then you have to be facing right or left. When you get it, Link will catch the corner of this skull pot for some reason, and you'll have to walk to get into the proper alignment. Couple more things. If you hold left and you fall, so you fall in the first lineup, don't hold left if you fall. If you hold left if you fall, you'll actually get the 0 pixel, and some of the lineups no longer work properly on this pixel. They change. What you want to do is if you fall, wait a split second, then hold left, and it'll put you back on the good one. Lastly, I will show you the worse pixel. So 830 here. This one only has the 0 pixel and the 1 pixel that work. The 2 pixel no longer works in this lineup. And basically, if I remember this correctly, for the 830 worse y coordinate, you will have the 1 and the 2 lineups from the better one. What I mean by that is that you want Link's hat to be on the bottom half of this black bar for the 0 pixel. If it is the 1 pixel below that you would have been able to do with the better of the 2 y coordinates, you will fail. You'll actually kind of hit this corner here and then fall into this pit. So this one here, you only get 1 possible pixel to nail this bomb jump. And apparently you have to look left and right for that one. Let me see if I can learn a bit. I'm actually not too familiar with these ones. So what happens if I'm 1 below? You bump that and you go in. If I do this, if I'm on the top side, I won't make it. So for this one here, apparently you have to be looking to the left and right and be pixel perfect. I'm gonna fail it, yep. And I got that one because I looked left and right. Okay. For the 1 pixel, I think it's probably the same. So the 1 pixel on the worst y coordinate, I believe you have to use the exact same lineup and also be facing left or right. Yep. So if you get the 830 one by like fumbling the movement coming into this room, you have to be looking left or right when you go to bomb jump. Otherwise you'll fail it. And you have to be pixel perfect after that. This is why it's so important coming in here to make sure that you hold left coming into the door, and that if you fall, you wait a second, then hold left. For the record, this is also why I feel like hammer jump is kind of easy enough for beginners to learn, because you kind of have to learn this bomb jump anyways that refers to pixels and precise movement menu buffers. This takes time to develop and it's the same skills. So for me, these translated to me being able to hammer jump. And yeah. One last thing, I guess, is I'll just show you that if you wanted to play it safe, you could always be looking left and right on all of the aforementioned lineups. The left and the right will always work if you're on the right pixels. It just won't always knock you to the far left side of this pot, which is the ideal placement of it. So, if you want to play it really safe, what you can do is you can hold left out of here, get your lineup on the edge of the pit, place your bomb, menu, make sure your hat's in the right position, which mine is on this case because I knew I was on the 0 pixel. I knew I held left out of the door, so this will work. But just in case, I could dash turn to the right and I'll still make it. And that just kind of ensures that that works. That was a long explanation, and I apologize for the length of this video. I really do hope it helps. There's not a lot of great resources out there for this bomb jump that are beginner friendly. And I know this one's no exception to that. It refers a lot to the visualization of the pixels on here and a lot of intricacies to how the game's kind of operating. I do hope it helps. This is a bomb jump you will have to learn to run an MG because there is no other good way around it. If you do have any issues, let me know, reach out, and I would be happy to help.